Somewhere or another there's some wiring that really should not be there.
Hello and welcome to another one of our Ask the Expert episodes here at BoatHowTo. I'm Jan Attenstedt and we're talking to Nigel Calder. Today we have a question about common rail engines, and the question is: my common rail engine occasionally dies when I'm getting on and off a dock. It happens when I use my bow thruster. I know there has to be a connection, but I can't figure it out. What's the missing link? Okay, well, first of all, that's really a bad time for your engine to die. So yeah, it's something you should figure out. What's your take on that, Nigel?
It almost certainly is a connection. And my guess is that in some way or another, the bow thruster is connected through to the cranking battery. Maybe there's paralleling relays or something where the batteries are all connected. And when the bow thruster is operating, it's a humongous load on some bow thrusters. It's sucking the voltage down on the system. And that is also sucking down the voltage on the battery to which the engine is connected. Because on these common rail engines, there's a ton of electrics and electronics. And if the voltage drops below a certain threshold, it's typically around, I think, 8 or 9 volts, the engine trips out. So in some way or another, that bow thruster is pulling down the voltage on the system, and then the engine trips out, and then presumably the boat owner stops using the bow thruster, and then the voltage bounces back up again, and then the engine can be restarted and will run again. The electrical system needs to be reviewed to see where the connection is between the bow thruster and whatever battery is powering the electronics on the engine. Somewhere or another, there's some wiring that really should not be there, because we need to keep that engine running battery, the one that drives the electronics on the engine, we need to essentially keep that isolated from the heavy loads on the boat.
Yeah, so ideally install at least a DC to DC charger or something like that, so your cranking battery is not powering your bow thruster.
The problem we have here is that the common rail engines actually require a fair amount of amperage to keep them running. So sometimes they do get wired into other batteries on the boat to make sure that that energy is available all the time the engine's running, and we don't get an engine shut down through low voltage when we're at sea. And I suspect that's what's happened on this boat. Somewhere or another, there's been some additional connections made in the system to where the bow thruster and the engine at times are pulling off the same system, and the voltage is going down on the whole system. It may also mean that the batteries are failing, and they can't sustain the load of the bow thruster, and so the voltage once again drops.
All right, Nigel, well, thanks for your take on that. And if you want to learn more about boat engines, check out our marine diesel engine maintenance course, where we talk a lot about this and also common rail engines. And also our electrical courses, where we talk about different setups to basically separate your batteries and make sure that these things don't happen. All right, check that out, boathowto.com, and see you next time.